Hello and welcome to, I almost said yet another edition of the Hockey Republic. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's one and the same thing. And it's a pleasure to, have you here again. I have two of my very good friends. Let me just bring them in. Brian Yonga and Mr. Boake. How are you? Let me start with you,
I'm
Boake.
fine.
How is...
Josh, how are you? I'm fine.
uh,
I'm fine.
uh-huh.
I'm just tired.
How is West Africa?
Well, West Africa has been the same way since you guys left us. We are just waiting
Uh-huh.
for you guys anytime soon.
Uh-huh. Brian is preparing to go into to sleep, but for you've not yet thought of what to eat for supper or for dinner.
No, not yet.
Good. The two gentlemen I have today are very familiar with African club championships and clubs all over the world. And so that is why I decided let us just have this preview with them today. And so let me probably start with you, Boake. How are preparations going on down there?
um, as you know, we are just uh, we are just left with about a week, some few
Mm-hmm.
days, and then we are kicking off. So now,
Mm-hmm.
currently, we have only one team outside the country that has
Mm-hmm.
arrived. That is Eastern Company. They are the only team outside Ghana that has arrived, and we are expecting majority of the teams outside the country to be arriving within the week.
Mm-hmm.
That is the week coming, and so it's been a lot of work. Like, it's not easy. If you speak to some of the LOC members, it hasn't been that easy trying to put up this event under COVID-19. It has been it hasn't been that easy for them. But all the same, the most important thing is to bring out the light of hockey and then make people know about the sport. So they are putting in the extra work just to make sure that, notwithstanding the COVID-19 issues, any other issues, the games will still go on.
Mm-hmm. Good. In terms of clubs, we have the confirmed ones, the ones that confirmed participation. They have confirmed that they are indeed coming.
Yeah, for all the teams that
Uh,
have confirmed by Africa Hockey, they've all confirmed that they are.
Good. And in terms of the other logistical issues, I know, in terms of the the COVID-19 has really made things a bit tough on everyone's end. Is everything in place in terms of that?
Yeah, I think there's been a lot of briefing with the LOC. They are meeting constantly just to make sure that they brief members on how, just because of the COVID-19 issues, they will put measures in place to make sure that we don't we don't exceed the number of people we are supposed to have inside the stadium. They are trying to make sure that, irrespective of anything, we don't have any issues with the law in terms of the COVID-19 protocols. And so there's been a lot of briefing and a lot of um, concerns have been raised. And so those measures are being taken into place. And then they are trying to keep everything just below the belt to make sure that they don't exceed what they are supposed to exceed.
Good. Thank you so much for all of us, for all of you who are watching. You remember, if you can engage in this conversation by just typing the team that you'd support, or if you have any question or comment, do let us know on our handle, and we're definitely going to, broadcast it for you. Let me come to Brian. Brian, we're only sending one team, and that is Wazalendo.
Yes.
Have you been able to, spend some time with them and just have a conversation with them about their preparations and stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I've visited their training ground at City Park earlier this week, where they've been training since for the better part of last month and this month, and morale is high. Coach Fidelis Kimanzi, who also doubles up as the Kenyan men team coach, is very confident about the team's chances, because now, as you can know, they're coming back into this competition after 14 years. So they're really raring to go and be the only Kenyan team that is going to play at that competition. They really feel that they want to give their best and represent the nation and give a good account of themselves at the continental level.
Good. They leave, I think, on Monday early in the morning, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, they leave Monday in the morning.
Good. Now, gentlemen, let us go into the different. First of all, let's just dive into and look at the clubs that are taking part, and let me get that on the way. And let us start with the men. We have Eastern Club from Egypt. Tyrat, again from Egypt. We have Zamalek from Egypt. We have Ghana Army. We have the Ghana Police Service. We have the Ghana Revenue Authority. And then from Kenya, we have, of course, Wazalendo. And then we have Kada Stars from Nigeria and Police Machine from Nigeria. Let me start with you, Boke. Your sentiments before we go into the pools for these teams.
My sentiments.
Yes.
Best way to put it, sentiments.
Yeah.
It's surprising to see we having less teams, and now I don't blame some of the teams for not participating, because post COVID-19 it has really made us aware of how we are supposed to position ourselves for this. If we do not help our teams, we might not have our teams to be readily available when we need them to be readily available. Because if COVID-19 was not
Okay, can you hear me?
I'm not sure this would have been a number of teams like that. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, go on.
So with the teams that I'm seeing, I would have wished there would have been more teams participating, but looking at the teams that are participating, there are a lot of newbies now. Some of them have died and they have resurrected again. And so I'm just hoping for the best for all the teams.
And let me bring in Brian here, because he's the historian. Brian, give us a bit of a history about this men's team. I know, as Alendo, you've mentioned this is the second time after 14 years getting
14
back.
years.
Yes. Tell us a bit about the other clubs.
Eastern Company, you know, they've been here before. They've won this competition before, so this is not a new stage to them.
Two times in a row, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, two times in a row. Actually
2015 and 2016. Sorry.
Yeah, yes. And actually, they could be one of the favorites in the absence of record champions Shakia. So Eastern Company could be one of the favorites. Zamalek is another Egyptian club. They last participated a very long time ago, so they're also coming back into the competition. Tyrat, I've just confirmed. I think it's their debut at this competition. So definitely, I'm sure they'll want to prove themselves that they just didn't come here to add the numbers or here by fluke. The Ghanaian clubs are usually a permanent fixture in this competition. High energy, pressing.
All the three we can say they have been there for ages. For the 30, all the
they've been there for ages. Yeah, I'm sure they really love this competition.
Yeah.
I
They
think
really love
I
this
think it is one of
competition.
the
Of
things that
course,
is actually helping the competition. You realize that most of the Ghanaian teams put in a lot of effort to like get to ACC because
true.
the majority of the teams prioritize the competition a lot.
Good.
Yeah,
Allow me to cut
definitely.
you
Yeah.
short.
Mhm.
Yeah, allow me to cut you short, Brian, for a bit and introduce Maktoum Shafiq Murizranza, all the way from Champara, Uganda. Sebo, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very
Brian, how are you?
I can
We haven't
I
talked
can
in a
see
while.
you here also. I'm fine. I'm fine.
Yeah, yeah. I was earlier following
You're
cricket.
still
That's why I'm in our cricket jersey.
ah.
you're, you're still very excited since the last time you were here.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. I think
Good.
we need to play Kenya every week in all sports.
Maybe you begin by first telling us why you're not going for club championships.
Yes.
Maybe
Yes, why are clubs in
Yeah,
Uganda not going
it,
for club championships?
Where are the Ugandan clubs?
it's a sad state of affairs. Yeah, it's a sad state of affairs that can only be summarized by something that I would call ill preparations. We never prepare for those unless they're happening around East Africa, whether it's in Kenya or here. Our clubs never really go to the Africa Club Championships. The only one that tried were the Witherhead Ladies when they went to Zimbabwe, I think, in 2017. They're the only ones, but they also went by road that time. Only one or two players had the money to fly there. So it's a problem of finances, but if clubs have over a year to prepare, I think they should be doing more. What I understand is that it's not the 2021 champion that is going, but the 2019 champion or 2020 for some countries. So if you have over a year to prepare, it's now November. You should have the guys that won the trophies or the guys that were runners up when we last played 2019 or 2020 for one or two countries must be pulling their weight as clubs to make sure that they go for these championships. It's something that is happening all over Africa, not many countries. It's always the same. Egypt, Ghana. I don't know what happened to the Kenyan ladies of Orange. I'm told when they lost the sponsor, they also changed the name and then they've stopped going also now. So it's sad. But our clubs need to do more in terms of preparing for these championships because they can't deny that they have time. They do have the time.
I also had a discussion with Hussein, the head of media for the Uganda Hockey Association, and I asked him the same question, and he told me that most of the players in the different clubs who had qualified for the African Club Championships are making a debut in the national team, and so they have preferred not to, so clubs didn't have the numbers to take members to the club championships. I think they got excited after walloping us, Brian, to encourage themselves to go
Yeah.
for the tournament.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They're still
I don't
in
know if you
cloud
have
nine.
anything. You're still in cloud nine.
Yeah, they're still
Maybe
in cloud nine.
yeah. Before we shift to the ladies, I don't know if you guys have anything to add so that we can look at the ladies' teams that are participating.
so. I can say something a little bit about the Ghana Armed Forces team. They are not new. They are not new in this particular event. Just that they've been away for I think 11 years. And even in Ghana, they've been away
Yes.
for 11 years. And we had a chance to speak to them during one of the competitions organized by the association in Ghana. And one thing that they've been hitting on is they want to really bounce back and get their team in shape, because if you look at some of their track record, they were quite good back then, but a lot of certain things came into play, so they had to put the team on hold and then prepare very well so that they can. So now, currently, if you look at a team or if you look at a squad that they are presenting, you could see. I wouldn't say, if I'm not exaggerating, you could see about maybe 40% of their team members in the national team, presumably, because now they've been able to really gather the young ones to fill up their team. So I think they are one team that we should be looking at. It's been long they played, but I think it is one team that you should be looking at. Even though the Zamalek and the Zairite, if I'm right, with the pronunciation, Zamalek, I know it's been very long, like very, very long. But Zairite, I think this is the first time they are debuting.
Yeah.
For me, I wouldn't say this or this, but I'm just hoping for the best for all the teams.
Good. And I'm sure Ghana is on top of the list anyway. let us
You definitely know I will not go for any other team.
Sorry,
sorry, Maktoum, you seem to have want to add something.
I had issues with my network, but I think I'm back.
Yes.
Yeah, on the point you were telling me of what Saddam told you earlier about our clubs and our players having they're
part of
that's
the national team.
One way of looking at it, that most of these players are having their debut in the national team. Of course, most of them had it when we had that series with Kenya in Nairobi. But
we can hear you. Go on.
Yeah, but that's only one other way of looking at it. The other thing is the players need the games, and if you're going to play the Africa Cup as a country, your players need the experience building up from playing tough club competition, either or, because the club resources seem to also mobilize its resources later, a month or two later, to go for these games, to go for their games for the Africa Cup. So I think we shouldn't buy the excuses that are being made. We need to this has been happening all this time. So we just need to work better and ensure that our clubs are doing something for their players, just like the national team is trying to do.
Okay, thank you. Valid point there. Let us now shift gears to the participating women's clubs, and let me begin with Ghana. We have Ghana Prisons and Ghana Police Service and Ghana Revenue Authority, and then in Nigeria we have Delta Queens and the Plateau Queens. And let me start with you, Yonga, our usual the tournament queens. Allow me to use that word. I know Boka will not be happy with it, but I'll use it anyway. Blazers, or Telcom as they used to be called, are not taking part again in this tournament. Again, Kenya, we are missing a chance. Anything from that, Den?
Yeah, I think it's quite disappointing that we're not going to have women representatives. I mean, most of the time the women have represented our best shot at winning this trophy. Of course, Blazers are record champions of this competition, and the fear of when you just mention Blazers, GRA would run away, but it's quite unfortunate that we won't have representation. Of course, as has been alluded, since Telcom pulled off sponsoring the team renamed to Blazers. So they've really had a challenge of getting sponsorship. They didn't go to the previous competition pre-COVID, so they're also missing this one. So it is really unfortunate because they have so many talented players who played at this level, who are definitely relishing the opportunity to play at this level because hockey was suspended in Kenya last year and the competition has not yet resumed. So this would have offered a great opportunity for those ladies to test themselves what they've been doing against the rest of the continent. Same as USIU, it's also a good side. They should have been making their second appearance at this competition after their first appearance 2 years ago. So it's really disappointing. The reasons also are a lack of finances, which again is quite unfortunate because that is an institution, and this competition is you know about it usually a year before. So I mean, I don't know how the organizers of that school were planning, because if you know this competition is going to happen later in the year and you know the team has qualified, definitely plans should have been put in place. So it is disappointing that we won't have women representatives. We now just be forced to see the West African dubs.
Boake, it looks like it's literally a West African affair. You are gunning to look for
it is quite obvious. It's like host and win in West Africa.
The title will remain at home. Either way.
Yeah.
So we just expect competitiveness, even though, I mean, if you look at the teams that are participating, everybody's eyes are on maybe one or two teams. Looking at the record of looking at their previous records. Look at GRA and Police; they have been two dominant teams in the females division, the women's division. Sorry, and Prisons, it's been very long they participated, but now they are bouncing back. Delta Queens and then Plateau, they have really had a lot of stiffness in terms of participating with the Ghanaian teams. They've not had it quite easy when in terms of participating with the Ghanaian teams, and so they are not also probably maybe going to get it easy now that it's even in their soil, the Ghanaian soil, and then we are going to participate with them also on their same ground. And so people people are having eyes on two particular teams, even though I I always say that there's any team can pull up any surprise at any point in time. Even though Police and GRA have been two dominant sides in this particular competition, now we don't have Blazers. I think the two teams would have to put their put things in place well to be able to get to the finals, because I wouldn't make them have that sense of mentality that, oh, since Blazers is not available, this is going to be a cool chop for us to host and win. I believe that other teams would definitely come in, because the Nigerian side would want to pull up a surprise, because I don't remember the last time they ever went to the final, if I'm right. So any Nigerian team that makes it to the final is going to be a great advantage for them. But it's not going to come easy. It's not going to come easy. And touching on the issues of some African countries not representing, I think it's high time that we start Africa hockey should pay more attention to the finances and how some of the teams get their issues in shape for preparation towards this event. I know Africa Hockey has already announced this particular competition going to happen earlier this year, and so even though the timing and then the place was fluctuating, but there was pre-notice. A lot of the associations were aware that this thing was going to take place, and so it is high time Africa Hockey tries to look. I don't know if they can help in sponsorship beyond their domain, and then try and help them, especially with the teams, because sometimes, and looking at the COVID-19 issues that we have right now, majority of the teams are going to put COVID-19 as a form of barrier for them not participating, because they will tell you now, because of COVID-19, those sponsors who used to like help us get to this particular competition, because of COVID-19, they are all not putting in those funds, and so it will be very difficult for us. There should be a way we should come up with programs and things to support the teams so that
I think we've lost him. Maybe Maktoum, you can come in. You are a neutral party. Let me ask you this question. Sorry, you're now back. Continue. We lost you for a minute.
I was saying that African hockey should be thinking beyond just the event. It's high time we go much more than the event, and then let's go to the teams themselves and let's see how best we can help the teams. Because look, irrespective of whether ACC, ACN, hockey is enjoyed by most people on the continental level by African Cup of Club Championship and then the ACC. And so we get to know a lot of players on the African Cup of Club Championship because of the diversity of the teams that are participating. But the African Cup of Nations is just a country that is participating. So they have selected individuals. But if you look at the teams that are participating, the clubs that are participating from the other countries in terms of their leagues, it gives us more room to understand that the competition shouldn't just be left for the teams just to handle in terms of their participation. There should be that room of luring the team, because if you look at the ACC, I don't know, I might be wrong, but I don't know anything that has come out on top and then said that they received this amount of remuneration, or they received this amount of token, they got this at the end of this particular competition. So it sometimes doesn't push people or some of the teams or some of the clubs to actually represent, because eventually they are financing most of their activities, they are participating, but they are going home empty-handed, and that's a detriment for the game.
Okay, good. Let me introduce another gentleman who's just joined in. He must have been eating ugali as we were waiting, as the show was going on. Conrad, can you hear us? Okay, he seemed to have hung. He seemed to have hanged. Maktoum, let me bring you in now. Tell us which team do you think will win the ladies title this time round? Maktoum, can you hear me? Brian?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Which team do you think
you're
will
saying,
win?
which team? The women's,
ladies.
I would go for GRA reclaiming the title, because I know the defending champion, the Shakia women, are not participating.
Yeah,
my favorite would be GRA.
You want to...
Okay, Maktoum seems to be connecting back, but he has internet issues.
Yeah, so GRA, based on the pedigree of players they have, Of course, with the prolific striker Elizabeth Opoku leading the lines. They're definitely favorites to win. When the competition is usually held in Ghana, the trophy seems always to stay there. So my 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 favorites to win the competition at GRA. Then you can remember, since there are few women teams, they're not playing. They're not playing pools like the men's event. So they're playing round robin. Each team plays each other. It's kind of a league kind of format.
Yeah.
So the team with the most consistency here wins. So for me, GRA are the favorites.
Okay, good. Conrad, karibu sana. You seem to have been eating ugali. Now you're ready to talk. I don't know if you can hear us.
I can hear you. I can hear you. Hi, everyone.
Conrad, can you hear us?
Yes, I can. I can hear you. Brian,
Ihembo.
long time, man. Long time.
Long time indeed. Are you in this country?
You're done eating ugali now, eh?
Yes, I'm in Kenya.
Conrad, are you in this country?
I'm in the country. Yes. I'm in Western.
Quickly, give
Take a walk.
Good.
Yes. George, you're saying? Georgie?
Yes, give us your predictions. Who do you think will win the ladies' trophy this time round?
For the ladies' trophy, I'll go with the GRA, as Brian has said. Because in Ghana, GRA is in the ladies' category. GRA is the one that is actually out to take that. They have something to fight for. Their main contenders, who are former Telcom, currently Blazers, are not participating. So it's going out to be like somehow like a walk in the park for them. And though they'll get a run for their money from Delta Queens. And I've not experienced the Plateau Queens and Ghana Prisons. But they'll get a good run for their money from Delta Queens of Nigeria and the Ghana Police. But my take, I'll go with the GRA.
Okay, good. Let me bring in Maktoum. Maktoum, can you hear us now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, now we can hear you loud and clear.
I can hear you.
Okay, tell us.
Switched off the internet.
Since he messed it up, it has always been this way. Since he switched it off last time, it's been messed up completely. It has never returned fully.
Gentlemen, we don't want Museveni to come for us. So, who do you think will win the ladies' title? That is between Ghana Prisons, Ghana Police, Ghana Revenue Authority, Delta Queens of Nigeria, and the Plateau Queens. Everyone seems to be going for...
Yeah, I think, again...
Go on.
Yeah, GRA are the only team I've watched from Ghana for the ladies. They came here in Kampala in 2014, I think. Delta Queens, I think, also came from Nigeria. So I remember only those two teams. They are the only ones. I can say I know. I don't know much about Prisons and Plateau Queens. So even if I wanted to vouch for a team, I would vouch for GRA. They looked really good, but also because the Ghanaian ladies have been improving. I think last time at the Africa Cup is when they shocked Kenya and finished behind, was it South Africa or something like that. So being that most of the players
I think we've lost him again. Let's go to Mr. Boake. Is this the situation on the ground? You know, Brian is talking from history. Conrad is also speaking from history and
I have
statistics.
intentionally kept quiet. I've intentionally kept quiet because I just want them to finish with what they are saying and then coming later. Um, GRA continentally, they have made the name. Okay, GRA continentally have made their name because always, they find themselves in a position where they are talking. When you're talking about hockey continentally, when it comes to the female side, you are pairing them with Telkom, now Blazers. But recently, I mean, this year, I mean, there was a competition that was organized by the um, association in charge of the league. And it was funny enough, police were the ones that won that particular tournament. And so that is why when I was putting in my comment, I didn't say GRA or I didn't say anything. I just mentioned those two things. Just because now the game has, most of the teams have now gotten to understand that we have to always try and prove a point. I mean, prisons themselves are always trying to be like, we want to come out today. If you look at the squad of the prison side, they have a lot of they have some of the national team players, and then some of the ex-national team players making up their team. And so they have some experienced players. I think the captain of the national side is from the prison. Sorry, no, I think that is the other team. That is the fire extinguishers rather. The prisons team has a lot of some of the ex-national team players and also some of the current national team players amongst them. The police in GRA, they dominate when it comes to the national team. They make up almost 95% of the national team. And so with the recent competition that was played, you could see it was not played on a turf though. It was played on a grass-based pitch. But police were the dominant ones in that particular event. You could see that police want to prove a point because now if Telkom, now Blazers is not available, then if we have already had a chance to play with GRA and then we've won this particular competition, then it is a greater opportunity for us to let the continent know that if the continental champions are not available, the second continental champions are not going to get it easier in terms of hosting and winning on home soil. They are definitely going to get competition about their host and win. Even though I am hooting for Ghana hosting to win, but the likelihood of the winner might change this time. I'm saying might because the two of them are going to weigh themselves before they go into each and every game, because you wouldn't want to go into a particular tournament looking at your recent records and then thinking that it is all okay because you have some years of experience, you have played more than some of the teams, you have been to the finals more than any other team. The other teams that have not been to the finals in that sense are now going to think about now going to the finals and then trying to prove a point. And so I believe it is not going to be as easy as Brian and then Mactuna are saying about GRA. They are not going to get it easy as teams because currently, if I am supposed to not boast of any team, it is police that is sitting on top of the teams that are well poised for this particular competition. But this is a continental event. And sometimes if you're a local team and you have participated in a continental event, the likelihood of you having that level of experience is different from you playing a particular local event. And so GRA might use that continental advantage and being in a final advantage to try and take this particular competition into their home. But I'm not expecting anything different from GRA and police being in the final. It might change. But for me, I am hoping to see probably GRA and then police in the final.
Okay, that is a good thing, and thank you for giving us what is happening on the ground, and we are really looking forward to this tournament. So now let's shift gears to the men, and let me get the list out in just a minute. And looking at the men, we have of course, Eastern Company, Egypt. From Egypt, we have Tyrat. Again, from Egypt, we have Zamalek. From Egypt, from Ghana, we have Ghana Army, Ghana Police Service, and then we have the Ghana Revenue Authority. And then from Kenya, we have, of course, Wazalendo, Kada Stars of Nigeria, and then we have police. And looking at the pooling, the different pools, Eastern Company, Ghana Army, Ghana Police Service, Kada Stars, and Police Machine are in Group A. And in Group B, we have the Ghana Revenue Authority, Tyrat, we have Wazalendo, and then we have Zamalek. Let me bring in Conrad. Who do you think stands a chance in the different pools? Probably let's start with where our team, our pool, our club is, and this is Wazalendo. Do you think they stand a chance in pool A or pool B? Sorry.
It will be a serious fight in that pool, because look at it, not those that we are used to seeing all through. And I'm sure with the preparation they've had, for us, in Kenya, let's say we've had like a whole year of preparation. We hope that it will bear fruits. I'm sure they're going to give each and every team there a run for their money. Even though they lose, it will not be an easy ride for the rest of the teams, especially the Pharaohs. They are going to have a run for their money. Yeah.
Okay.
And we're wishing them all the best anyway. As a Kenyan, I love to say Wazalendo has to. Sure.
They have to bring something at. Good. Maktoum, are you gunning for your neighbors, or you are going to West Africa or Egypt? He seems to be having internet connections. Boke, are you still going for the? You had a theory the last time I talked to you that teams will be surprised. Is it the same in this continental title, or it will be a walk in the park for the Pharaohs? Boake, can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly.
Maybe you repeat the question for him.
But are you talking to me? I thought you were talking to Maktoum.
No. Maktoum seems to be having internet issues, so I'd switched to you.
Okay. This particular competition, the newbies, we have two newbies for a long time. The first time I'm seeing two newbies. Zamalek is not a newbie though, but it's been a long time, so I categorize them as a newbie. Eastern Company and GRE, then Nigeria, what is the name of the team? Police Machine. I
Yes.
think these three teams have been they've been teams that have showed some level of good play when it comes to this particular competition. Now that El Shakia is not available, now it is going to open up the competition
Mhm.
because people are going to feel that okay, the continental champions who have been reigning for almost 20 something years are not now going to represent in this particular competition. So this is the best time for them to prove a point. And so
Mhm.
I wouldn't expect two Egyptian teams in the final. I wouldn't want to expect that from the rest of the clubs that will be participating. If it becomes that way, it wouldn't bring that edge of competitiveness in the long run, and it is not going to make it more. It's not going to make it look um, more interesting because if we are going to have it in Ghana on home soil, and then we don't see a Ghanaian team, maybe probably in the final, then it means that
Mhm.
the Egyptians are telling us that hockey is best played in Egypt and not anywhere
Mhm.
else when it comes to club championship. And you realize that they've been dominant in almost all competitions. You realize that at every point in time, the Egyptians are always pulling up in the finals. If not
Mhm.
one team, both teams are pulling up in the finals. And so I wouldn't for now. I don't want to predict. I wouldn't want to predict for anything because there's a lot of freshness in terms of the teams and in
Mhm.
terms of how the group has been arranged. I think Group A will be one group that you if you can survive, then you might
Mhm.
exist.
Good. Maktoum, I don't know if you can get us now loud and clear. He has just dropped. Yonga, where do you place your bets
Mhm.
in this polling? First of all, which is your group of death?
I think Pule is my group of death. Uh,
Mhm.
First of all, it has 5 teams. Pool B has 4
Mhm.
teams. You have
Yeah.
it's a company who are former champions. You have 2 Ghanaian sides, and you also have 2 Nigerian sides. So it's really going to be competitive with only
Mhm.
2 slots available for the semi-final. So I think every game here is gonna be like a final. As
Mhm.
Boke has said, Ghanaian sides playing at home, of course, will have confidence. They will not want a repeat of Egyptian sides playing again in another final. Yet the competition is Ghanaian soil. It, it's it's not good to watch. So uh, I, 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 I think Eastern Company will be one. Will take one of the slots into the semi-final. The other one could be a fight between these Ghanaian sides. So one of the Ghanaian side, I think, will qualify alongside with Eastern Company in Pule. But it's definitely gonna be a pull-up. Every game is going to be tough. So it'll be interesting to see come Wednesday when the competition starts. In Pool B, I should also talk about Pool B.
Good. Maktoum, can you hear us now? Yes. Go ahead before I bring in Maktoum.
Yep. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you. Just hold on. Let me hear Brian's view on Pool B.
Okay.
Pool B,
Yeah.
I think Pool B is I think it's a wide open pool. Any 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 of the 4 teams has an equal chance of qualifying. So it just depends with who prepares well, who's up to the task, who has slept well. So Pool B is open to me. It's quite open. You have 2 Egyptian sides, Zamalek coming back after a while. Uh, Tyrat, I mean, are new to this stage. Wazalendo.
I think we've lost Brian also. Maktoum, you can come in. Are you with your neighbors, or you've opted to go and support the Egyptians, the pharaohs, or you're with the West Africans? Maktoum, can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
What I remember about Wazalendo is they came here for an Easter tournament in 20. Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Whoa, this internet. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you properly.
Yeah, I was remember about Wazalendo is when they came to 18, they beat, they beat the team that was representing the Ugandan side in the final 4-1. But I don't think they'll have the same luck in the tournament this time round. They'll struggle a bit. Or is the Egyptians have shown that they have the upper hand in such tournaments. Although what I remember from the ACCC in Kenya is that some of the games were close where they played the Kenyan side. So, but I'll still back them, maybe with Wazalendo or someone to get out of that pool. I haven't yet seen the format properly. Maybe you could share the format of the competition properly so that I can get acquainted with if they are playing pools then to the semis or pools then to the next round or something like that before the semis.
They're actually doing pools. So in Pool A, again, let me just repeat that we have Eastern Company with Ghana Army, Ghana Police, Kada Stars, and then Police Machine. And in Pool B, we have the Ghana Revenue Authority, Tyrat, Wazalendo, and then we have Zamalek. That is in Pool B. And let me bring this to a close because we've been here for about 55 minutes now. And let me begin with you, probably Maktoum or Conrad. Let me begin with you, Conrad. Your expectations of this tournament, do you think, technically post-COVID, are we to expect, some sensational hockey? Even as we get into, after a long time, we've not played club championships because last year we missed, it was cancelled. Conrad, can you hear me? Okay, Boake, let me go with you. If you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear
Are
you.
we? Are you first of all going to stream for us live the matches? Are we going to enjoy some good hockey from Ghana? Okay, Yonga, karibu. We're just making
Sorry about that.
no worries. Your closing remarks, even as we end. I began with you, so let me begin with you to close this show.
I think first of all, I think it is quite impressive that the ACCC is back. I mean, the absence last year due to COVID. It's impressive that we will get to see action continental. Unfortunate that we won't have that many teams that we would have expected, but nonetheless, it's nice to see continental hockey back, and we can't wait to see the African stars taking to the pitch and showing their worth, competing for the title. So we're looking forward to watching some great action, and may the best team win. I mean, because after that, then in January there's the Africa Cup of Nations. So it's impressive. It's nice that we will see back-to-back hockey competitions. So we can't wait.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. Boke, I was asking you before you hanged. I don't know if you can hear me now. Are you
Yeah, I can
going
hear
to
you.
stream for us? Are you going to stream for us?
Yeah,
Are you guys going to stream for us?
that is one discussion we've been having with the association. We've been able to talk to some individuals, and there are higher hopes for the competition to be streamed. Looking at where we stand right now, that is the only means through which we can get a lot of people involved in this particular competition. If you look at Ghana in particular, majority of the local and radio stations have shown interest in the team's preparations, and also I don't know if you are aware, the TEF has been renovated, and there are a lot
Yes.
of things going on our new AstroTurf, and then the whole stadium as a whole. And so majority of the local and radio stations are now, even though they didn't receive information earlier, the feedback from them has been quite good, because the short notice to them and then their response to um, the event has been very fruitful. They are giving hockey some level of life in Ghana, and so there's a lot of people talking about the game wherever you meet people. I mean, some of your friends who watch TV are going to ask you, "Hey, I saw the hockey pitch on TV. Yeah, I think yesterday during the news." And so it's good that we have some of the, I think, majority of the radio stations and the TV stations talking about it. In terms of preparation, for now, I would say that the association is 70% done. The 30% can be done within 2-3 days. By the time the teams arrive, um, the turf is already available for teams to participate. Tomorrow, Eastern Company and then one local team, uh, Legonized Hockey Club, will be playing a test match just to have a feel of the new AstroTurf. I think there will be much of that during the week. I will try and keep you updated with those ones. And if you look at the team's preparation, some of the team's preparation locally in Ghana too, it seems that they are really putting their edges in shape to make sure that they don't disappoint Ghanaians. Because if you look at competitions that we have participated in recent times, Ghanaians would want to hold something or talk about something always in the news, or talk about something that is going to give them higher hopes when it comes to sports in Ghana. And so Ghanaians will be putting their hopes in the Ghanaian teams that will be participating. So for preparations, they are not going to be as we expected. They are going to be bottlenecks along the line. But post COVID-19, It is
Okay,
not
I
stopping.
think
We
he
get this
has.
streaming live. We are going to see the
Go on,
streaming,
go
the
on, go on,
streaming
go on.
pair. What I know, the streaming pair. What I know, I'm 80% sure that we are going to be probably maybe for the first streaming. I can't say exactly for sure whether all the matches will be streamed live, but the ones that will be streamed live, we are going to make sure that we get them available so that other countries who will not participate, or even the teams that will have their clubs participating in other countries, have a feel of what hockey is about in Ghana.
Yeah, good. Thank you so much, Conrad. Your last comments.
Sorry?
Your closing remarks as we end the show.
For me, I'm hoping for some a good tournament from Ghana this time round, because we have new blood in the competition. We expect a renewed title, a real championship, because we'll be having very eager people. Because it's been a year plus since we last saw active hockey, and we just want it back. We just missed hockey for a very long time, and moving forward, we hope it will be now an opener to more great things in the world of hockey in Africa and in the world.
Good. Thank you so much, Brian Yunga, Mr. Boake, and Conrad Mandela, and of course our gentleman from Uganda who has joined us. And I hope that when this tournament starts, each and every week we'll be able to, every day actually, we'll be able to spend a few minutes just to review some of those games. And I know, Boake, you'll play a very big role in terms of just letting us know what has gone down there. And so thank you so much for thank you so much. So Brian, thank you, asante sana, na Conrad.
Thank you.
Okay.
Aye.
Most welcome.
That was for
Okay.